greater Hazleton area will come together once again, as it has in years past, to remember a horrific event in our area's history. I'm referring to the Lattimer Massacre, which happened back on September 10th, 1897. I'm very pleased to be joined today by Father Anthony Generos, who is pastor of Most Precious Blood and Queen of Heaven parishes in Hazleton. He is also a member of the Hazleton Ministerium Association, which is hosting the memorial event, and also a native of Lattimer Mines. Father Generos, thanks so much for being here. For those who are not familiar with the Lattimer Massacre, take us back to then on what happened back on that date that we remember all these years later.
Thank you, Lisa, for this opportunity. September 10th, 1897 was the culmination of a lot of foment in the coal regions and the movement toward justice and labor management issues in the local collieries. It happened in Lattimer Mines largely because there was a connection between the Lattimer Mines and the Harwood colliery in terms of its ownership. And because of what was going on in the mines at the time, namely this need to protect their children who were working in the mines from being unjustly imposed upon in regard to their duties, about 400 miners from Harwood marched peacefully from Harwood over to the Lattimer mines, being met occasionally by the sheriff of Luzerne County, who was in the area because of smaller incidents occurring. But knowing that this was going to be something of a large gathering of people, peaceful as it was determined that he should deputize some people and have something of a posse with him. They met together at the entrance to Lattimer Mines, just about the area where the monument stands today. And as I understand it, I don't think that there was any intention for the kind of harm that was done that day on anyone's part, but the sheriff went out to meet one of the leaders of the group, and whatever happened, one gunshot seems to have led into volleys. And what occurred was the death of 19 miners and twice as many wounded that day.
That's horrible. And I know so many people see the monument there on a regular basis. Now, you will be gathering at the monument. The anniversary of the massacre is actually September 10th, but you will be gathering on September 19th, a Sunday at 3 p.m. at that site to remember what happened that day. Why is it important for you to gather there?
Well, you know, I don't know who it was that said if we fail to know our history, we're doomed to live it over again. But living in community as we do, there's always a justice issue that presents itself. I think that the kinds of justice issues that occur in labor management continue to exist. We're by far, not where we should be in those matters, but also to recognize with compassion not only those who were affected by the terrible deaths and the woundings, but also to remember those people who probably, in my estimation, without any intention, pulled the trigger that day, and their families and their descendants. And there are people who still live today who are the descendants of those people from September 10th, 1897.
That's amazing. I didn't realize that. And you yourself, a native of that area, so I'm sure you learned about this growing up, as we all did.
I was a young boy, a young altar server for Father Joseph Ferrara. I believe that monument was established in the early 1970s by the United Mine Workers, and Father Joe was instrumental in having a mass on that day on that location, and that kind of went into desuetude in later years. But when I came back to the area as pastor of Queen of Heaven Parish and got involved with the ministerium, because obviously those people were not all Catholic, I thought it would be a great idea to gather the leaders of different faiths in the area to come and remember this occasion, because justice is for one and for all.
Today's news feature is brought to you by The Cheese Store and more. Go to their Facebook page to see their specials and check out their catering menu.